We're back with Frieren. Today we're doing something a little bit special. I'll be doing 2 episodes. I've been wanting to kind of go through this a little faster. I've just been wanting to watch a little bit more, so the discussion for both episodes will be there at the end as usual. I'll just be discussing 2 episodes instead of 1. So without further ado, let's see what Frieren's got in store for me. Let's go. Oh? New opening? I wasn't sure, but it looks like we are getting a new one. Well, who's the singer? Definitely a different vibe from the first one, a little bit, in terms of the song at least. I'm not gonna look at the visuals too much, maybe I'll watch them later, but focus on the song. Beautiful vocals, man. Beautiful vocals. That's a amazing art of both of their magic staff, I guess. Yeah, I wonder if Zayn is gonna leave us this episode. The name of the episode and what we got. Yeah, the classic when you have your hands so cold, you just touch the person, it's pretty annoying when the person does that. Usually I feel like, for me, when we do it here, it's like on the neck. Yep. Who's that? It's what? Did you say it's blizzarding? Is that even a word? Blizzarding, is that a word? Oh, nice. So Zayn is at least here for another month, alright? Okay, she knows him? Okay, maybe she doesn't. Oh! Tough oil, okay. Those are legendary spells. I mean, it is pretty useful, don't get me wrong, but I was expecting something like big. Yeah, that place, it probably isn't, but it does look similar to a place that Frieren stopped by, I think in episode 1, where she got like the dragon spell, or I don't know if she got it, but they were talking about the dragon spell or whatever. Yeah, definitely must be happy about it to a degree. Classic. This also is pretty similar, reminds me of Craft, and Starkist is doing the push-ups now, yeah. They're fighting again. What happened this time? Okay. I mean, yeah, that's about what a priest would do. Oh. That's it? Bro. There's no way that's only it. I struggle to take this seriously because, like... Okay. Yeah, Stark do be strong. Yeah, I struggle to take this seriously because it's just such a nothing thing, like... GG's. Easy. Is he talking about himself? Okay, no, he's talking about Stark. I mean, he could be talking about himself too.
やっぱり同族嫌悪かな。冒険に出ようとしないザインが魔王討伐に旅立つ前の私とよく似ていて頭にきた。勇者ヒンメルならそうしたってことだよ。
It's what he would have done, man. Aitor said the same thing. Just think about that's what Emil would do.
私はヒンメルたちに旅立つ勇気と
So she did the same
仲
to
間
you.
と過ごす楽しさを教えてもらった。楽しかったでしょ。
Definitely think he does. Or as Ad. Is that a new OST? New soundtrack? I like it, if it is.
勇者ヒンメルみたいな忘れられない英雄になる。
私は今の話をしているんだよ。ザイン。
一緒にずっと歴史に名を残すような英雄になるってね。
A lot has happened in the last months or so. Nice. Yeah, I like the calmness of the scene. I don't know. It was very serene.
分かっているよ。
Is this it? Yeah. Alright. Surely we'll see
また
him.
ね。
Like, we'll see him again. Maybe with our crew, or we'll just kind of pan to him by himself, right? On his adventure, follow him, maybe? I don't know.
ザインは二人と違って大人だからね。
It's funny she says that when she just called him a kid. Like last night. You're still a kid. Yeah. Beautiful shot. Yeah, and you think about... I'm sure he thinks about his friend, right? Gorilla. Again, the art. Look at the background. So beautiful. Yeah, you must think about Gorilla's friend who's been traveling by himself, you know? Are they going to like it? Is she sick? I mean, they're out there sleeping in the cold.
あと半日。
12? Are we going to see him be more gentle with what we just got earlier?
ああ、
Okay.
熱があるね。
Yeah.
暖かくして寝てなくちゃ。
鍋敷きにされてる。
僧侶の才能がない私でも簡単な病気の判別くらいはできるよ。ところでこの近くにつらら桜の木があったよね。
ええ、ここから北に。
前にも来たことがあるから。
じゃあ私は仕事してるからね。
ここに来てからずっと手を握っているな。
辛そうだからね。フェルンは風邪をひいた時手を握ってあげると安心するんだよ。
It's comfort.
だからそうなんだ。
Yeah, I'm sure Aitor was doing that for her. Because
子供
Taki
扱い
is
し
there.
ないでください。そっか。
I mean, I'm saying Aitor, but it could also be her family before that, right?
あと2年もすれば立派な大人か。フェルンはまだ子供なんだよ。多分この先もずっとそうだ。
I mean, it makes sense, right? Like, for how old she is. But also, you see, like, she cares about Frieren, you know? I mean, she's like her older sister, almost her mother, you know? She has that... In her mind, that's how she feels about Fern, you know? What is that? Ice turtles? Turtle?
そのつらら桜ってのが薬の最後の材料か。
Icicle, cherry blossom. If I feel like it's gonna look really cool. Let me see what it looks like. The art for it, I'm sure it'll be beautiful. Yep, there it is. I'm not surprised. It looks, yeah,
綺麗だ。
awesome. There it is.
冬に咲く花の中では一番好きかな。
I mean, it might be mine too at this point. Yeah, look at that.
子供扱いしたつもりはないよ。私はあれしか苦痛を和らげてあげる方法を知らないから。私はどうすればよかったんだろうね。
I mean, I think she did the right thing there. I mean,
多分人には心の支えが必要なんだ。
of course.
何のつもり？
It's Emil, of course. Yeah, she did what Emil would do.
頃亡くなった母はこうしてよく手を握ってくれた。心の支えが必要なのは子供だけじゃない。気遣う僕もなかなかイケメンだろ。
黙ってて。
薬できましたよ。
And the medicine.
多分フェルンが恥ずかしがっていたのは俺が。
That's why I said.
お礼にシュタルクが風邪をひいた時は私が手を握ってあげるね。
People don't like to seem weak, huh?
と他の材料を加えてよーくよーくかき混ぜて。
Looking like a witch over here.
すごく怖い。
Everyone's stealing my words.
大丈夫だよ。すぐに良くなるから。
Is Star going to older
フ
end?
リーレン様、私はもう子供では。知ってる。
She's gonna say the same thing Emil said. It's good that she said I know when she just said, you know, she still sees her as a kid to her, you know, and she'll always see Fern that way.
それじゃあ目指すは魔法都市オイサーストだ。
Is this the episode? Found up in the end? Yeah. Oh, new ending. Oh, it's the same song. Remix though. Cool art. The grave, is that our master's grave? Is that Fern? Or maybe that's Emil's grave? The earring. Fern's thing, butterfly. Yeah, even though Frieren is always is going to see Fern as this kid. Oh, it's Millet here. Yeah, I knew that. Yeah, she's gonna see her as a kid. Is that actual? I think that's an actual physical thing. That's a cool ending. Like, I don't even think this is drawn. I think this is a real life thing that they incorporated. The song is amazing. Just never gets old. Nice. Yeah, before we go into the next episode, finish my thoughts, it's like Frieren is always going to see Fern as this kid to her, right? Which is pretty endearing. It makes sense. Again, one, because of how old she is, and Fern is always going to be a child to her just because from the age difference. But it's also, it's when you have a kid, for example, right? It's like, it's all that kid, it's always going to be your baby, your kid. So it's kind of that feeling, that motherly love, and yeah, just that motherly perspective. But then you see at the end that she does call Fern, like when Fern says, I'm not a child anymore, she says, I know. So she's also able to see Fern's perspective, and like, you're right, I don't want to treat you like a kid always, you will, you're an adult and you'll become an adult very soon. So, I like that, even though she still has her own perspective, she can also see Fern's perspective and reassure her in that way. So I really like that scene there. Yeah, pretty chill episode, nothing too crazy. Let's move on to the next one. First class mage exam. Oh, so we're here, huh? First class exam. Nice. It's a really cool place. This kind of remind me a little bit of Harry Potter. I was talking about this, in like episode 11. Are we going to see other mages, places? I mean, I think she will. I mean, based on the title too.
昔から北部高原はアインザームみたいな狡猾な魔法を使う魔物が多いからね。貴重な熟練の魔法使いを要求するってことは、北部高原では相当厄介なことが起こっているんだろうね。
Unfortunate that Zion isn't here, huh?
フェルンの話だと実践もあるみたいだし。
This, nice.
対策を考えないと。ロー魔法使いって言うな。シュタルクがクソババアって言ったことも忘れてないから。
いつの話だよ。
もう。
That angle.
やっぱりいいや。 言っておく、私は今までの人生で自分より魔力の低い魔法使いに
Hell of
11回
times
負
she's
けたこと
counted
が
then. She remembers it.
は魔族。クバールもそうでしたね。一人は私と同じエルフ、
Oh.
そして残りの6人は人間だよ。
そろそろ伯爵領の町が見えてくるかな。
Is that one of them?
オイサーストへの道は険しいね。
Grab guns, I
ちょっ
mean.
と休むとしますか。あれ
Oh,
もしかしてまた
okay, so we'll see her in action. Let's see. Again, I think she probably is one that defeated Frieren, so she must be hyper strong. Oh, Craft! The hell is he doing here? Well, now we know he was a beast, so yeah.
命が惜しければ今すぐ失せろ。
Get out of here,
ありがとう。
goons.
私は魔法使いユーベル。
You bet.
文句のクラフトだ。
もしかしてエルフ？
I mean, look at the ears.
初めて見た。
Oh, first
人
time,
殺
huh?
しの目をしているな。
Yeah, she looks a little evil to me.
近くの森に切り刻まれた盗賊の死体があった。
Oh, she killed them.
魔法使いの仕業。俺も冒険者だ。
He's back on the adventure.
ケチをつけるほど頭は固く。
What is he doing now,
た
though?
だ
うん。一級魔法使いの試験を受けにね。
Okay.
次会った時の土産話が楽しみだ。
I'm sure you will, man.
試験は2ヶ月後になります。
Magic Association.
一級魔
It's
法
a
使い
nice
の試験は
building.
フェルン、任せたから。
She does everything.
私一人
Yeah.
じゃ無理です。
正常な証じゃ無理だよね。
だから何なんですか
Let's see.
その骨董品は。
If only it will work.
無事
It
参
does.
加できそうだね。
でも僕たちは君がすごい魔法使いであることを知っている。
私たちはフリーレン様がすごい魔法使いであることを知ってい
Same
ます。
framing as them as well. Is she going to start? Okay, no, this time she didn't.
そうだね。
This time she didn't leave and said you're going to die so soon. Like she actually acknowledged it and appreciated it.
5級以上の魔法使いの総数が600人。級は45人。1級試験は
45 is quite a bit.
一度で当たり前のように死傷者も出ている。それにしても魔法使いもだいぶ数が減ったね。今だとこういう魔法としてもないと見かけない。じゃあ2ヶ月後に備えてみっちり修行しようか。
Okay, we have 2 months. That can't talk. That was a cool framing with the book, and now you know it's closed. That was nice. Okay, we're training. Are we gonna just time skip the 2 months? What is that cake? Jesus. Nice. The moonshot reminds me of, you know, the iconic Frieren and Fern moonshot earlier in the anime.
長年にわたり魔王軍の残党と戦ってきた血みどろの権力争いに勝ち抜き海戦山戦の老快さを持つ電剣2級魔法使い部の成績で合格したフェルン
First,
3級魔法使い
or the youngest,
2年前の2級試験で
you
試験
will.
官の1級魔法使いを殺害し失格処分になった
Oh, you got his silk over here. Is Frieren here?
な
Yeah.
んか熟練のローマ法使いみたいな魔力してる人いる
Yeah, this is only the tip of the iceberg too.
第一次試験の内容を発表す。
Alright, let's hear it.
パーティー戦だ。総勢57名。
Love this music.
組のパーティーに分かれ、試験を受けても
Of
らう。
tree.
組分けを行う。
Okay. Are we going to be with the girl? The pink,
数字
the
が書か
green
れ
hair?
ている。魔力を込めることで仲間の腕輪の位置がわかる。
I mean, there's a lot of NPCs.
こういうのは第一印象が大事だし、波風立てないように気をつけないと。
Okay.
もう喧嘩している。
So that's who she is with. Okay, yeah. She is with her. I mean, it had to be, right? So Fern is the
よ
one
ろ
with
しくお
her.
願いします。
Okay, we'll see. I would have preferred Frieren to be with her because she seems a little dangerous.
この試験区域にはシュティレという小鳥が生息している。明日の日没までにシュティレの入ったカゴを所持していること。その時点でパーティーメンバー全員が揃っていることだ。
It's an interesting dynamic for Frieren.
試験区域の外側に出た者がいた場合は、その所属パーティー全員をその場で失格処分とする。
So what's their relationship?
歩きながら自己紹介しない。
I would say they're sisters, but the air is kind of, I don't know, they don't look. Okay. Janken. Janken.
私はフリーレン。
ラビーネ、3級魔法使いだ。
Like
カンネだ
Fern.
よ。同じく3級魔法使い。
Kane Lawine.
同じ魔法学校の出身だよ。
Okay. I mean, she had to look over Fern and Stark, and they are fighting a little bit, but this is to another level. I mean, they're literally fighting the entire time.
ラビーネは強いの？
こいつよりはな。やんのかこら。あんたとは戦いたくねえ。
なるほど。
フリーレン、なんだか先生みたい。リーダーに向いているんじゃない？
I mean, she kind of is a leader already, to be honest.
早いね。
シュティレ見つけたぜ。
She, is someone going to die? Because they said they could die, so is someone going to die in this?
観察しろって言ったのに逃げられるの？
Not listening much.
上出来だぜ、カンネ。
The music?
へえ、やるじゃん。
She doesn't seem too impressed though.
そろそろ伏せた方がいいかも。
なんで？
最大飛行速度は音速を超える。
Wow.
カンネが水を操り、ラビーネがそれを凍らせた。
It's a good duo.
息を合わせたような的確なタイミング。どうなることかと思っていたけれども、これならなんとか。
それより湖の周りを。なんでだよ、早く行った
ダメだ。
方がいいだろ。
また喧嘩して
Oh my god.
降っていないのになんで？
Because of the veil or whatever you want
って
to
こ
call
と
it.
はもしかして。
What the hell is this? Yeah, I was kind of getting death flags from her, and that's why I said, is someone going to die? But I don't know. What is that? I think Frieren is gonna save her though, but...
ラビーネ。
There it is.
空には気をつけろって言ったでしょ。ラビーネの名前を呼んでいた。ラビーネのこと嫌いでしょ。
I mean, I don't think they're fighting because they don't like each other. I think it's the inverse.
いざって時に何もできなかったりすることがよくあるんだ。先行った連中
A shot.
あんな遠くに行っちまったぞ。下は水なんだから死にはしねえよ。いつも私にひどいこと言ってさ。私はね、褒められて伸びるタイプなんだよ。優しいパパとママに甘やかされて育った結果がこれだろうがよ。
She had the inverse.
でも優しくしてやるよ。
What happened to her parents?
本当は臆病なくせに頑張っているところ。お前のいいところだよ。
Kind of the inverse of what you just said to Frieren.
隠れてたくさん努力しているところ。周りのことをよく見ていて気遣いができると。笑っている顔が可愛いところ。え、キモい。なんだよ。
See, you can fly.
ラビーネは乱暴だけれどもちゃんと私を引っ張ってくれるんだ。私面白いことに気がついたんだけど、あれって何かの役に立つかな？
もしかしたらシュティレを簡単に捉えられるかも。
Oh? They just found the answer. Okay. Alright, there it is, Frieren episode 17 and 18. I think those episodes were solid, you know, I understand what they were doing. You know, not my favorite episodes, you know, I'll be honest up front, like, not my favorite episodes of the season or of Frieren so far. Pretty slow, you know, not a whole lot. You know, I feel like my reaction was a little bit tame. I didn't do react a lot just because, I don't know, I just didn't, there was nothing for me to get super excited or, you know. But, you know, it was Frieren, it was solid. You know, obviously, like, you know, the production value is great. The music is really awesome. The vibes are there. You know, I really enjoy our group, like Frieren, Stark, and, you know, Zane leaving and the last moments with him were really great, right? And, you know, yeah, it was enjoyable, don't get me wrong, but I definitely don't feel like I have as much to talk about, or, it's not an episode that I'm gonna rewatch. I do hope we maybe step up a little bit in the next few episodes, I hope we get some good stuff. But let's talk about it. I think, that's something I actually wanted to see, was like other mages, right? Like this city, we finally got to Auburst or Ozurst. I don't know how to say it. It's a pretty tough name to say, but the city of magic, I'll call it. Yeah, I really wanted us to get there, obviously, and like I wanted to see the association and other mages, and the exam here. Like I think that's really cool. I'm excited that we're here. It adds something to Frieren other than just like going on this adventure and visiting new places and meeting new characters for one episode and kind of moving every episode to different places. Like obviously I love the side of adventure that we had with that, but I was also excited to be in one place for a little bit of a longer time like this. And again, passing the exam, becoming first grade, I guess I'll call it, mage, and yeah, it's gonna be fun. And also seeing Frieren and Fern being separated. By the way, where is Stark at meanwhile all of this? I don't even know where Stark is. But yeah, it's cool to see Fern and Frieren separated and see their dynamic and see them interact with other people, right? Not being together. I think that's going to be pretty interesting, and we already see it with Frieren and the two girls, Laline and Kane. I do enjoy the dynamic between Frieren and those two. And Kane at the end there, I think it was really good. And I'm excited to see Frieren's side, Fern's side, because Fern is with the green hair girl. I'll learn her name in the next few episodes when we get a focus on it. I kind of have her name. They said it, I said it during the episode, but I'll kind of wait to know how to really say it in the next few episodes. But yeah, the green hair girl, again, she has that evil look to her for sure. Like, and we know she killed the bandits. So yeah, she is killing people. So we'll have to be on our toes with her. So I'm interested to see what the dynamic with her and Fern is going to be, right? Maybe we'll see a fight between those two. But also the fact that this is an exam. Right now we're trying to catch this bird, Stele, which is like super fast. Again, it just gives me Harry Potter vibes, and maybe it is inspired by it, right? Again, the city looks really like it. The exams, trying to catch this super fast bird, like, the little golden ball in Harry Potter that you try to catch, like those, it feels like it's references to that. You guys can let me know about that, but yeah. We see Laline. Yeah, I'll need a few more episodes to really have their names engraved in me, but yeah, Kane, their powers are called like ice. She can control, manipulate, or create water, and then the other can freeze stuff. So again, they are a great duo, and Frieren notices that, and I'm kind of bouncing everywhere throughout the episode, but at the end, they said, oh, that's a good idea, we might be able to catch it easily after all. So she noticed the veil, right? Like she can hear the rain, like the rain is falling, but the rain isn't falling, and it looks like it's probably because of the veil, right? Like things can't go through from the outside, I guess. It's difficult, right? I don't know. I think they're planning something with their powers, right? Or being able to use water and the other being able to freeze. And the fact that the veil is there, maybe the rain, right? Like, is she going to use the rain with her powers? Are they going to freeze the water? Or are they just thinking about what the veil does, right? Like stuff not passing through in a way, right? And yeah, like they're gonna utilize, I think, their two powers in the fact with the veil and the rain. So we'll see that combo, how they utilize that to catch the bird. I'm not sure. We'll see. There's also other interesting characters, right? That we see. There's a guy, again, I'm not gonna know their names, but the guy that looks really cool, right? Like he has like the earring and just the cool like white design, right? Like I'm sure you'll be pretty dope. There's the old man who's trying to become an Imperial Mage. I don't know if we've heard that before, Imperial Mage. But yeah, he's on that road. So excited to see all those characters in action. I'm sure we will. It does give me Hunter x Hunter vibes, like Hunter exam vibes. That's why I said like we got Hisoka, like with the green hair girl, like the way she killed an instructor 2 years ago. So this isn't the first time she passes the exam. I mean, yeah, it's pretty. It reminds me a lot of Hisoka if you've seen it. Yeah, and obviously the fact that she's kind of evil, all that. It is a little sad that Zane is not here anymore. I'm a little bit sad, but I'm sure we'll see him again. Whether it's, the crew seeing him again, or if we just switch perspective to him and maybe follow him by himself, that could be cool. And maybe he'll find his friend Gorilla, I don't know, but, it would be cool to see him, having this adventure by himself and how he feels throughout that. We'll see, but the fact that Kraft is back, I was wondering, are we going to see Kraft again? And in the last episodes, like we saw the statue of Kraft and how he inspired Gorilla, Zane's friend, so like that was already a cool callback, but now we're actually seeing him. So yeah, it looks like we'll see him again. So it won't be that episode that we had with him wasn't the last time. So that's cool. And seeing the fact that we see Kraft again, we'll definitely see Zane again. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see how we see him again. Other than that, I feel like the episode were pretty chill. I don't have a lot to talk about. I could talk about, Fern and Stark's relationship and how they're bickering, with each other. Zane is just getting a couple already, right? Like, just date already. But yeah, I mean, they're kids, it makes sense. It's just kind of petty things, but also it was interesting that she said she was scared just because of how strong Stark was with his hand, and even Stark didn't realize it, he's just really, Stark is just a beast. But it's a cool contrast or parallel, whatever you want to call it, with what we get later with, Frieren holding her hand gently and reassuring her, right? Like she's a kid, because that's how she felt, and she is still a kid. I mean, yeah, she's not that old, so. But again, I talked about it. I'm not gonna repeat myself with Frieren and how she saw her, as a kid, all that. But yeah, it will be interesting if we see later down the line, maybe Stark, if someone gets sick. Are we going to see Frieren hold Stark's hand, or is Stark going to hold her hand and have that moment? I'm not sure. But we also see it always come back to freaking Emil. Of course, Frieren does what Emil would do. Everyone is inspired by the hero, Also, again, I wonder if we'll see more of the politics behind the association and the exam, and the higher ups within that, and that could be interesting. We got a little frame of, and I'll go back after this review, but there was a frame with all the mages, right? And in the opening, we saw this elf girl, right? Like the elf girl that's sitting on the chair or whatever. I'm guessing with that frame, it looked like she might have been in that. So maybe that elf girl is one of the, upper ups in the echelon of, this association and this, the mages. So yeah, I guess she's there. But yeah, again, I wonder if we'll see more of the politics, because you see that the exams are dangerous. I mean, if Frieren didn't save Kanye at the end there, she could have died by that monster. So people can die, so when that happens, right, it's something that dangerous, it makes you think about the morals of the people that are in charge of that, right? It makes me think about the association and the politics of it, really. Are they morally good, fully, is there some corrupt stuff going on, it just makes me think about, that the person in charge, who they are as a character, right, who they are. Maybe it's not super gentle kind, like save the world, you know, association people, you know, we'll see. I have an eye on that. Connie does kind of remind me of Stark, you know, like obviously she has like orange hair, orange eyes, so you know it's close enough to red, but she's, you know, kind of calling herself a coward, and maybe Laline is also calling her a coward, but she says, you know, in those moments, that's, you know, you rising to the occasion or having that courage in those moments is your strength. Yeah, it just reminds me of Stark, you know, how like he's kind of calling himself this coward, and but like he raises to the occasion, or you know, he has that strength when he's really pushed into a corner. I'm trying to think though, like, so we see when she pushes her, that's when, you know, she's falling, she's able to fly, right? Like in that moment she's able to rise to that occasion, but then in that moment against that, you know, that giant bird, like she was just kind of calling for Laline, and she didn't really rise to the occasion. But at the same time, I don't think she was just to a point where she couldn't do anything by that point, right? Like there was no rising to the occasion, so maybe it's that case like that, and then Frieren had to step in. But yeah, clearly, you know, I got the feeling that they like each other. Like she says she hates her just, you know, because they're so polar opposites. Again, does remind me a little bit of Stark and Fern, that dynamic, you know. I think there's a parallel there maybe, right? Again, the hair color, you know, the blue, purple, orange, red. But it's an interesting dynamic though, because yeah, you see she says, you know, my parent praised me, like the, you know, you can see that she had, you know, great parents that really almost helicopter parents, you know, maybe kind of doing everything for her, or you know, praising her, doing, you know, saying to her like, yeah, just kind of treating her as a baby a little bit more all the time as a kid, which can lead to problems. And you maybe see it a little bit here, and you see that Laline might be the inverse, right? But I did like that moment of, or just Laline praising Kanye the entire time, and or just being like more and more. But yeah, maybe there's a little bit of love, like, you know, actual romance a little bit between the two. Like she said, you know, you're cute when you smile. Like, I don't know, maybe there's something going on there. So again, parallels with Fern and Stark maybe. But we'll see where, I don't know how long this exam will last, you know. I mean, I have like 10 episodes to go before the end of this season, like 9-10 episodes. So we'll see how long this exam is. I don't think it's going to be until the end, but I could see this going for another 3 or 4 episodes maybe. So I'm interested to see, and I feel like, you know, when there's an exam, is there going to be just combat, like a section of just combat? We'll see our character go against each other, maybe Fern versus Frieren at some point. Who knows? I don't even know if Frieren is considered a shonen. You guys could let me know. I don't even know if it's a shonen, but if it is a shonen, then yeah, it would be kind of classic to have some sort of fighting within the exam. So I'm interested to see what this exam is all about, and I'm sure we'll pass in the end. We'll see if both Frieren and Fern pass, but I feel like Fern will pass. I have a feeling she's gonna become first grade or whatever it's called. So let's see where this goes. Don't forget to subscribe if you don't want to miss out on the next few episodes, and like the video if you enjoy my reaction. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Right? See you.